Burgundy Ballers. We did it. Hey, hey, we did it. Philly is undefeated no more. That's right. Victory Tuesday, or when y'all see this, Victory Wednesday. Y'all know the deal. Commanders beat the Philadelphia Eagles 32-21. There's a reason why it was a high scoring game. But the Eagles are undefeated no more. Alrighty. Well, defense. Let me tell you a little something about defense. 4 turnovers, guys. 4. Crazy work. Crazy work. All right. The interception by Derek Force all the way down the field. I think he got about the 20-ish yard line. Thing of beauty. Going right on top. Look at like hands right on top of A.J. Brown's hands for an interception. The forced fumble from Jamin Davis. That ultimately, it was a blatant no face mask, but we got lucky we didn't get that called on us. Now that gives us a chance. The unnecessary roughness call at the end of the game that brings us even closer. And then that special teams touchdown, literally with no seconds left on the clock. Philly trying to ladder it back. And, Casey Toohill, one of our decent linebackers, scoop and score. There's 32-21. Offense didn't look too terrible now. Terry McLaurin tore them apart. All right. 8 receptions, 128 yards. No touchdowns. Taylor didn't throw any touchdowns because the touchdowns went to Robinson and Gibson, respectively. We ran this ball 48 times. 48 for like 178 yards. We dominated this game. All right. The stats are great. Or 152 yards, excuse me. All right. We dominated this game. We had more total yards by like 60. All right. We had 8 more passing yards. We had like 70 more rushing yards. All right. We had more first downs. We were better on fourth down. We had 81 total plays. All right. We only had 2 punts that game. Only 5 penalties. Time of possession. All right. I'm going to sound crazy, but this is true. Time of possession. Philly, 19 minutes, 36 seconds. The Commanders, 40 minutes and 24 seconds. That is crazy. Crazy work. All right. We limited Jalen Hurts only 175 yards. All right. So one of our better games, Quez Watkins was their leading receiver at 4 for 80. A.J. Brown only got targeted once. 1 reception, 7 yards. That was it. Yes, he was kind of hurt. Yes, he was kind of in and out of the rotation. But 1 reception, that's a big thing. Now they did have a pick on us that, there was an interception. Those were part of the territory. We did give up 3 sacks. That's kind of the O-line for you. But other than that, I mean, MVP, probably Joey Sly. I'll go kicker Pat McAfee, for the brand. Joey Sly on field goal, on kicking, 4 of 4. He had, I believe, a 22-yard field goal, a 38-yard field goal, a 55-yard field goal, and a 58-yard field goal. This Joey Sly is better than I thought. This Joey Sly is putting us in games. Play calling, probably our best play calling of the year. There were some, iffy calls, rushing when he should have been throwing when he should have been rushing. But in all accounts, a great game. A great game. This was a quality win versus a quality team. And now
Ballers, hold up. We got a few sponsors we need to personally thank for here at Ballin and Burgundy. First, our guy Washington on the Daily, both on Instagram and YouTube. Huge sponsor. We want to give our massive thanks out to them. You can follow Washington on the Daily, both on Instagram and on Twitter, WSH on the Daily. Our guy Tony, who's Pro Tech Sports Network. Huge thanks to him. I met up with him at the Commanders Vikings game. Huge thanks to him. Our guy Sanchez at On the Warpath podcast over on YouTube and on Instagram. And then finally, our guy Rio Robinson, Mr. Rambling with Rio himself, our newest sponsor, and a huge thanks to him. Met up with him at the Vikings Commanders game as well. Said thank you to him. Again, huge thanks. Again, all of their Instagrams and YouTubes are going to be down in the description. You guys go follow all of them. And again, one big thank you to Rio, Tony, Sanchez, Washington on the Daily for being sponsors of not only today's video, but Ballin and Burgundy as a podcast. Get back to work.
And now we return you to our regular scheduled program.
Twice in 3 years, we beat an undefeated team. Yes, I'd say this 8-0 Philly squad is much better than that 11-0 Pittsburgh squad. I'd give them that. But we hold them to 260 total yards. Rushing, held them less than 100. Like, they had 4 rushers. I believe they had 4 between Jalen, Boston Scott. Yeah, Jalen Hurts, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders. Right? Miles Sanders, 12 carries, 54 yards. That was their leading rusher. They couldn't rush against us. Yes, they pick up, let's say, 5 or 6 here, but that was it. That was it. Sanders was only averaging 4.5. Jalen Hurts, 6 of 28, averaging 4.7. And he was the first touchdown. He was the first touchdown in the game. And then we just kept pounding the rock. We held this game. It was 7-0, 7-7. Excuse me. 7-14, 7-10. And then we come out balling. Right? Absolute balling. We go from I take that back. It was 20-14 halftime. I take that back. 20-14 halftime, and then we keep producing. We scored in every single quarter. Guys, we played a full 60-minute game. All right, first quarter, touchdown. Second quarter, 13 points. Third quarter, field goal. Fourth quarter, 9 points. Because it was a field goal, and then the 6th on that special teams touchdown because there was no clock, so you don't pick the extra point. It was a game over. Quality win. Great game. Yes, Heineke didn't have the best game, but he was a big reason why we won this game. 17 of 29 for 211 and a pick. This was our best game of the year, I say. For those who are wondering, Justin's not here. He has work. Because we do have lives outside of this, so I wish him nothing but the best. Pray for him. Keep him in your else prayers. But he be just as hype as I am. And he made a point, we were texting last night during the game, is this was for Ron. This was a big game, not just for us, but for Ron. Because this now solidifies his job a bit longer. And I wouldn't have fired him halfway through the season, especially now. Both myself, Justin, all of our sponsors, all of our prayers go out to Coach Rivera. He did lose his mother to cancer, guys. So all of our thoughts, prayers, condolences are out to him. If you guys have seen the video of the locker room speech, you could tell he wanted to say a whole lot. But all he said was, my mother would be proud, and she would be. She absolutely would be. Ron. So if you guys maybe send this to Ron, or if by whatever chance Coach Rivera sees this, she is. She really, really is. And so are we. Everyone here at Ballin and Burgundy and all of the fans. This was a game to be proud of, and we are. So, guys, I can't get more hype than this. I was super hyped last night, and this is now Tuesday. You guys are gonna see this Wednesday since I'm recording it the night, the night before. Quality win. We now move on to Sunday, 1:00. Houston Texans. Do we do the same result? Because they have a damn good running back in Dameon Pierce. A damn good running back. But the rest of the Texans aren't that good. Yes, they're putting up quality games, but they're like 1-7-1, guys. The Texans aren't winning games. They're not producing wins. They're a good team on paper, but they're not a good team in standings, right? The Texans are 1-7-1. Guys, they have one win on the season. One. That was against the Jaguars. They have since lost. Now, they did give up a good fight against Philly. That's what part of our kind of thought process was, is Justin and I kind of saw glimpses of the game, Philly versus Houston. And so did a lot of fans and, correspondents and analysis, and say, hey, Philly's got weaknesses on that run defense. Let's go pound the rock. And we did. A big, big piece to Philly losing this game was Jordan Davis was not in. That big 6'6", 300-pound D tackle that will stuff the run in the middle was not there. Yes, they still had Robert Quinn and Javon Hargrave and, Josh Sweat and all of them. But Jordan Davis is that run defense, really, because teams like to run up the gut. He wasn't there, so we could run the entire time. Whether it was down the middle, out to both sides. This team hurt without Jordan Davis, and that's why we took advantage and we won the game. Great play calling. Officiating was iffy on both sides. That should have been a face mask call, but it went in our favor. Unnecessary roughness at the end went in our favor. We got lucky there. It's all I can say. Quality win. Proud of this team. We are now sitting at 5-5. We're at the bottom of the division still, because New York, Philly, Dallas, they all have, I think, 7 or more wins. But we're at 500. We'll play the Texans next. And then we'll play the Falcons next. And then we play Philly next. Oh, no. I take that back. We go at Houston, then home against the Falcons, and then at the Giants. Those are 3 winnable games. I say we can win 2 of those next 3. I'd feel good. Instead of 5-5, that puts it at 7-6. I'd quite like that. I quite like that a lot. But guys, Victory Tuesday. Y'all gonna see this is gonna be Victory Wednesday. Heineke with the chains on, looking like a discount clearance out, great value. Kirk Cousins with the chains and the glasses. But it's great. Good game against, great game against Philly. We now taking them down. They are undefeated no more. And we move on. We celebrate, and then we move on. That's all I can say. But to wrap things up, it's Victory Tuesday, Victory Wednesday, whatever you guys see this. Commanders beat the Eagles 32-21. Undefeated no more. But other than that, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you click notifications on, so every time you see a new video, post, reel, you'll see us first thing. Go over to our Instagram at Ballin in Burgundy Podcast. Go give us a follow over there. Go share with your friends. All the links down in the description, whether it's us, our sponsors, and we give huge thanks to them. And that's gonna wrap it up for Victory Tuesday / Victory Wednesday. I've been your host, John Dowd. And the last thing to say is, y'all stay ballin'. We'll see you guys.